What's good, Taurus? It's Magic D Magician Tarot. You can like, share, and subscribe below, and I hope you do because I have noticed that my audio quality is a bit poopy. So, if y'all want to support my channel, smash that like. Let's do it. Welcome back, bulls. This is your reading. This is a general reading for Tuesday, May 17th through the 19th. It's the next 24 to 48 hours, and we're going to do it. We're going to get the messages from these cards. Today we're going to use the Spencer's Mall deck. One of my faves. Low cost. Anybody can grab it. Based a little bit on the Rider-Waite, but really kind of out of this world. So let's see what messages the cards have for you. If y'all are new to this channel, y'all know Magic D Magician Tarot. We do not mince words. We do not sugarcoat. We do not tell you that everything can fit every scenario and that every card is positive. So welcome back. It's a real one. 8 of Cups. So, moving on from some sort of breakup, we have a pirate here on this card, depicted here as a skeleton. So, you could feel like somebody has pecked every last bit of meat and flesh off of your bones. You feel that others are acting a little bit like vultures. They could be pouring salt into the wound as well. So, something about your recent situation has hardened you, made you a little bit more skeptical, and made you feel like there's not much left for you to give because you have the World card in the reverse here with the Ouroboros. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, meaning, like I said, you feel like you've been working on something for a long time and things have not come to pass either yet or in the way that you wanted them to. And I'm getting some goose pimples, so you'll already know that is a confirmation that I'm speaking to the right people right here with the right messages. Okay, the Emperor card. There is an Aries in your life, very significant, very important to you. And then there could also be a fellow fire sign besides that Aries, or could be like a protege, child, a friend, cousin, brother. I'm getting male energy coming off that card, so you know, whatever that means for your idea of masculinity. This person is keeping something from you, or you feel that they could be keeping something from you, or your relationship could be evolving and changing. 8 of Pentacles, echoing the 8 of Cups over here, but more along the lines of indicating that you've continued to invest in this person, continue to invest in this relationship, but you do feel that something has not been revealed or something has not yet come to pass. Like I said, involving a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like if it's an Aries, you could have a really good relationship with this person and you're really not worried about what they're doing. But if you guys have, maybe you have a child together, or there could be another person in the mix if you're dealing with 2 different fire signs, the younger, less experienced of the two could be somebody you're concerned for possibly, or you see that something about their personality, they might be all work and no play, something like that. It could also be a red flag if you're dating. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. It looks like there could be some bad news on the money front for you, or some things maybe slowing down. An investment that could have gone bad, or an investment that maybe didn't make you feel so good inside. A decision that you made that maybe the grass wasn't greener, or you're starting to see that perhaps the grass was not greener. If you took a particular job thinking that there would be more money in that job, you're going to be kind of disappointed to see how things come out after the after taxes, so to speak. So your gross and your net are not lining up, if that means anything to you. And they wouldn't, would they? But maybe somebody sold you a dream or an expectation. Okay, 2 of Wands in the reverse. That's making you a little bit gun-shy, a little bit afraid to reconnect with people. Or somebody said something to you that was very, very hurtful, so you're not seeing a path back to that person. You have a 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. But again, that's leading to all work and no play mentality, or maybe too much pride, or too much, like I'm hearing defensiveness, maybe too much isolation. What is that about? 7 of Cups. Okay, there were a lot of choices. You could have a lot of kids. You could have a lot of people that you're watching grow up. Or you could be dealing with somebody who you grew up with. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of double numbers. I've seen a couple. I looked up. It was at 0303, it was at 0404, and then it was at 0505. So your third, fourth, and fifth, whatever you're thinking about of third, fourth, and fifth, maybe if you have 5 kids, those 3 are maybe the closest to you, or maybe 2 are missing out of 5. There's something like that. Like things are missing. What's missing for you? Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. There is an emotional truth or an emotional argument or something like that you could have gotten into with somebody, and it definitely felt you feeling depleted, or left you feeling, I should say, left you feeling depleted or hurt in some way, and there's a wound that just you cannot get to scab over, so to speak. That's a little bit gross, but that's what I'm hearing. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of clarification. We're going to use the Linda Goodman star cards, real crazy. And these are full of cool, like ancient world, esoteric images and symbolism from different cultures, having to do with the stars and the constellations, but also the unknown in general. So let's see. What has got my poor Taurus feeling an Ace of Cups in the reverse energy? No one wants to feel like that. Brokenhearted. No one wants to feel like nobody is connecting with them emotionally. Maybe things have become too superficial. You were looking for security or something like that, and things got to a very superficial place. Uranus in the reverse, yeah. Your intuition could be, you don't know what's going to come to pass. You don't know maybe who to trust. Could be very confused right now. Lion, muzzled, clenched fist. That could have something to do with secret society, or maybe some secret from your past. Something that you're holding on to inside. A truth that you could not. There was no flexibility for you in some sense. Scepter in the reverse. Yeah, okay. Your creativity is suffering. And you could be dealing with a spiritual reckoning. You could be having some, maybe, I don't want to say like remorse or regret. Saturn. Yeah, you could be having just looking at yourself in the mirror. Maybe you're noticing that you've aged a little bit more than you realized. Probably from whatever the situation was that you were moving forward with the 8 of Cups. You were turning your back on a chapter possibly before the chapter was really closed. And that is why you have this clenched fist and things that were not said. You have a scepter in the reverse, which would basically be like your Ace of Wands if you look at this. But because it's appearing in the reverse, you're feeling ineffectual in some way. Possibly because you're waiting for some amount of money or some emotional truth to like come to your door or come to you, be brought to you. But I'm hearing that like you're the one tasked. It's hard for me to say words like that for some reason. Like I cannot say the plural of the word gift without feeling like I have to over-enunciate all the consonants. Okay, so that could be a thing for you. You over-enunciate. You ram the point home in some way. Or somebody did that to you in a way that left like a wound. So imagine like, okay, this is like, again, kind of gross, but this is true. So like think about estheticians and the people that like are professional pimple poppers. Gnarly and nasty, I know, but think about this, okay? There's people that absentmindedly pick at their face to the point of scarring. I mean, I'm guilty of it. There's people that pick their hair to the point of starting to worry if maybe they're losing too much of it. And then there are others who are professionals whose job it is to do that without damaging the rest of the face, without damaging the rest of whatever the skin is that is irritated or whatever, preserving the area around there. It's more surgical. So that's what I meant with the heavy-handed thing. Like you or somebody that you were talking to in an emotional thing that made you leave a particular area, a particular chapter, just sort of unfinished, has left you with residual wounds. Possibly even like something that has infected a splinter in your mind. Okay, Page of Cups in the reverse. Yes. So there is a lack of innocence. There is a lack of vulnerability on your part, where you could be dealing with a young water sign that you're thinking of who you worry sometimes they overindulge. They could have a problem with drinking, smoking. They could have a issue with just being sort of like rebellious. You got to pay a satyr here. This is like Phil and Hercules. Philatites. All right. This person is, it's like truth out of the mouth of babes kind of concept with this person, because with a page, you know, this person is younger. So if you're interested in a younger water sign and you are trying to impress them, let's say you're trying to impress them with like wealth, you're trying to impress them with stability, you're trying to impress them with gifts. Again, see how hard it is for me to say that word? It's weird. They're giving you a lot of presents. But your presence was supposed to be the present. You know what I mean? Like you can't exercise away a bad diet. You cannot give people enough money to really give them back, for example, a lost loved one or something like that. So this person rejected your offer or is rejecting your offer in some way because it's not emotional enough. And then there's something inside you that is like a clenched fist that you need to release. So what do we need to do to release that? Let's get a little bit more advice. One more advice. Who's this Page of Cups in the reverse? Thinking of Taurus. I mean, obviously, if they're drinking, smoking, partying too much, and you're seeing that, it could be a response like you said. Or like, I don't know why I said like you said. But you might have said, as you were listening to this, like, they hurt me too. They hurt me too. And you're reading their behavior as, like, okay, did I hurt them too? Like, did I hurt them enough for me to feel like I meant something to them? But that might not be the right way to think. Like, you might have, or this person, pushed you so far to the point where you can't go back to that chapter. 2 of Cups in the reverse. That's your advice. Maybe understand that the relationship had run its course, or understand that some wounds, like let's say this person gave you some serious wounds, some emotional wounds, it looks like you guys will always have this idea that the other person's cup is poison, no matter how sweetly it's given. 5 of Pentacles, Shaman. Okay, if this person has a spirituality, like I said, you got the Pan, the Satyr here, and then you have the Shaman here. If this person is very emotional and very intuitive, you will not reach them with your logic. Again, I keep coming back to that. Okay, one more. 6 of Wands, the Golem. Okay, cool, interesting. The Golem is a creature made of mud from, I believe, Hebrew lore or Jewish lore, whatever, or biblical lore, what have you. They probably, exist in other cultures too, but let's say you made this person in your image, or whoever this creator was, they made you in your image. You're perfect the way that you are. There's some sort of, like, you not wanting to accept. Perfection is the enemy of the good. That's what it is. So in being so stubborn and everything like that, and wanting perfection maybe in a relationship, or maybe let's say this person rejected the values that you wanted for them. Or let's say this person wasn't able to come out of their dreamy land to give you a sense of security. Maybe that difference and that polar opposite was meant to teach you something. But in order for you to learn something from it, you have to let go and open this fist. One more from Linda Goodman. 2 more came out. Spiritual material conflict. That's exactly what I was talking about in Wheel of Fortune. Okay. You had the World over here in the reverse. And you had a lot of messages about money not coming forward, not coming to pass. So maybe you're mistaking giving to charity or giving to someone something. You're mistaking that for the spiritual and emotional connection that you actually did want to have with them. But if the person is hurtful to you, you had to walk away. There's a lesson there. And what is that lesson? What is the lesson? What is the lesson? Why is Taurus having a problem communicating with somebody with whom they have an emotional tie? Spiritual material conflict. What is the Wheel of Fortune here? 8 of Swords. Not enough fantasy, not enough dreaminess, not enough believing in them. Was there somebody you didn't believe in? Mirror person, yet again, water is an element here. You could have, let's say you haven't cried in a while, Taurus. Or let's say that you don't really like it when people cry, or you don't really like weakness. I don't know how that could possibly be you, Taurus. Just kidding. You know. You know that too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, like, full disclosure. As a person who's very emotional, a person who's a very much a water sign, I've had trouble just even trying to be more like an air sign. So if let's say a earth sign is trying to be a little bit more like even a fire sign, which would be closer, I feel like, how could they possibly understand the water? And I was actually driving around today and I was thinking, like, the air is just as suffocating to the fish as the water is to the land creature. Like, you just are not from the same land. So if you're trying to understand somebody else's point of view, you really do have to put yourself in their shoes. And if you refuse to do that, then there's no moving forward. So that's where that stagnation and that's where that frustration is coming from. Five of Cups means that there was definitely a breakup or a hurt feeling. Eight of Swords in the reverse means things are much worse than you think. So the hurt is much more than you think. So by diminishing other people's hurt, or maybe they were finally so rough with you that they are not apologetic. There just is a stalemate there. And in order to move past that stalemate, there is a secret that needs to come out. Or there is a balance that needs to be come to. Two of Cups in the reverse, Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse. Just a lot of refusal. All right, Taurus? Now, what that could be, like I said, is just a mental block. So for you to get over the mental block, you're going to have to become more emotional. See what this other person thinks about you. See if they want to come back towards you. See if there'll ever be a resolution. Will there ever be a resolution? It's kind of like what you're asking. Sun. Your resolution is going to come in the form of the fire person, the fire party. You got the Aries here and then you have the other fire sign. So the younger fire sign, whoever is not the Aries, that person will have the answers that you seek. Now, I am getting a very firm message that perhaps this person, if there's a party in the middle, a monkey in the middle, going back and forth, this person will have been instructed not to tell you anything about XYZ. However, if you know what Leos are like, you know they cannot keep their mouth shut and cannot keep a secret. So Taurus, try, and fly, baby. Majesty, like, share, and subscribe below. Deuces.